This one is called The Five Invitations by Frank Ostacecki, and I think Amy can put the link in the notes, the chat for you about that. I just picked it up because it was on my shelf, honestly, and I forgot what it was about. And I thought, oh, the five invitations. This will be something to read while I'm on retreat. And I forgot that Frank is um, founded a hospice. He's a Zen Buddhist. He founded a hospice. Many Buddhists have founded hospices. And so he has sat by the bedside of many a person in their last days of life and held their hands in the hands of their loved ones as they're preparing to say their final goodbyes. And the five invitations is the five themes, basically, of the wisdom that he has learned by being at these bedsides. And the first one from last week was don't wait. Um, and I'll kind of maybe imagine what that's about. Don't wait to live your life. Don't wait to repair relationships. Don't wait um, on the things that at the end of your life might be really important. Um, and so don't wait. um, the second one that we'll be talking about more today is it's called, or what he says is accept everything, push away nothing. And first of all, let's go back to that word accept, because this has come up in this group before more than once. In English, at least, the word accept often means that we approve or that um, we think it's okay or that we like something. And I just want to make sure really clear here that there are many things in human life, I'm sure you've noticed, that we don't like, that we don't want to accept, and we certainly don't approve of. And we don't want it in our lives, right? But what he's saying here is accept everything, even the things that we want to avoid. Um, and not that we like it, not that we approve of it, but to bring it into the realm of our reality and whatever is here, to acknowledge it. Sometimes that's an easier word, acknowledge, and make it, let it be part of your human experience. Let it be part of our humanity. Um, and so it's helpful, I think, sometimes to think about what parts of life we would want to avoid. Certainly, uncertainty, change, aging, loss, grief. What he's inviting us here today to hear in this book is to look at these as opportunities for doorways to greater wisdom and compassion. Not saying that they're easy and not saying that, oh, I guess I should just go ahead and grieve because maybe I'll be so more compassionate afterwards, but just allowing the reality of these parts of humanity, that it doesn't, because they hurt, doesn't mean that they're pathological. They are an unavoidable and incredibly rich part of being human. So accept everything, pushing or push away nothing. When I read that and I think about the times when there have been so many things that I just felt I couldn't accept, it challenges. It's a challenge at our core, right? It's the invitation here, if you will, is to soften our resistance, to stop fighting with life, and to be present to our lives exactly as they are. Even when our life is messy, painful, or confusing. it's not it's not the same as resignation. It isn't about giving up or letting life run us over, but it's just a way of saying yes to the truth of the moment so that we have um, this opportunity to respond with um, in a way that what am I trying to say? In a way that is more regulated, self-regulated, more in the moment. And I would even call this wisdom, what I'm talking about, rather than spinning off into some fear or panic. Um, I think as we start to age, this becomes more and more a presence in our lives. At least for me, I'm noticing. That life is just a swirl of contradictions, grief, gratitude, loss, and freedom, fatigue versus mm, passion, ferocity. Our bodies are changing, our roles change. Um, if we've had children, maybe they've left home, maybe they're more independent, maybe we have grandchildren, maybe they're growing and changing and leaving home. Parents and loved ones, they'll fall ill. It's life is a series of changes. And it is very tempting sometimes to just cling to the parts that we love and brace against what might be coming, like waiting for the other shoe to fall. But I think the lesson is that pushing away discomfort actually just magnifies it, or we stuff it in and we become hardened. So acceptance then maybe is maybe just a way of saying opening a space inside where we can touch those things that are difficult and healing can begin. Um, what Frank says, what a quote from his book is, when we reject parts of ourselves, our experience becomes fragmented and we feel incomplete. So we practice welcoming it all, the tenderness and as well as the tightness, the tension, the joy, the envy, the wisdom, and the wobble. Somebody said that, the wisdom and the wobble. So let's go ahead and practice. So find a place that's comfortable for you and give yourself a minute to really settle in. And if you would, um, we'll just start with the breath. Let's use our breath today, the inhale and the exhale, to just help us settle, help our bodies feel uh, grounded to where we're sitting. Mm, with the exhale, allowing the body to just sort of sink a little further into our seat. Letting the breath help the mind settle. Using the breath as an invitation to arrive to this present moment. Whatever your experience is, taking a moment then to notice what is here. What is here in terms of body experience, sensations in the body, maybe the sensation of sitting. Maybe there are places in the body that are tense or tight. cool or warm. Let the breath be a welcome to what's going on in your feeling state, your emotions, pleasant, unpleasant, sadness, happiness, boredom, dullness. Don't need to fix or change anything, just noticing what's here. And the same thing, allowing the breath to be the welcoming for your thoughts. And your thoughts about what I have been talking about, your thoughts about what it's like to be in this space online with the library, your thoughts about your to-do list, what somebody said, what you wish you'd said. Those are thoughts. And so as you notice sensations, emotions, thoughts, just maybe noting them. Oh, this is tension. Oh, unpleasant sensation in my knee. This is tension in my back. This is tiredness. So naming things like this allows space for things to be as they are without judging them. So let's just sit with that for a few moments. And if your mind spaces out and goes somewhere else, just it's okay. Just bring it back to the practice. Looking for pleasant or unpleasant sensations or emotions. An ache here, pain there, warmth here. Contentment. Here is silence. Here is worry. Whatever your experience, whatever comes alive in your awareness, just naming it, letting it be without judgment, without clinging, without pushing away. If you get a little bit lost, come back to the body. What do you notice in your body? Here's some coolness. Here's where my hand sits on my lap. This is a headache. Whatever is true for you. As emotions come up, just labeling them. This is excitement. This is boredom. This is resentment. Labeling, pushing away nothing. Leaning into these things with a sense of kindness and gentleness. If there's resistance to anything that's coming in to your awareness, meeting that with a gentle curiosity. What's underneath that urge to numb out or go quickly to the next thing, to push that away? And as you meet these sensations, emotions, and thoughts, you can label them. You can imagine that you're actually bowing to them. Oh, this is anger. Yeah. Mm, yep. This is envy. This is sore knees. Leaning in with a kindness, a kind of embracing, even a kind embracing of your resistance. When the resistance comes up, then this is resistance. Oh, right, this is resistance. No need to judge the resistance. This is closing down. Oh, no need to judge that. This is part of being human also. And remembering that everything, every sensation, mood, moment rises up and then passes away. Sometimes you can watch that rising up and then receding like a wave in an ocean. So I think what Frank Ostacecki would say is that this invitation, accept everything, push away nothing, it isn't, again, it isn't passive, but it's actually about being courageous enough to stay with what's real. And when we do that, we may discover that the heart is vast. And the heart can and often does hold sorrow, deep sorrow, and gratitude in the same breath. Thus is the capacity of the human heart. we stop pushing away parts of what it means to be alive and be human, when instead we can allow, accept all the parts of being human, then we stop just surviving being human and we actually begin to live. Acceptance is not passivity, but it's actually the courage to be present with whatever life is right now. So just holding yourself with some kind attention. And remember, being human doesn't just mean facing hard things. It means letting in and embracing the tender joys, the elation of hearing birds sing and seeing the leaves rustle in the breeze and sparkle in the sunlight. It's about holding our loved ones close. It's about being brave enough to live fully. And of course, this is a practice. That's why we're here practicing. We might say beautiful words, but when it comes right down to it, practicing is the challenge. So slowly and at your own pace, at your own timing, begin to just kind of feel into, oh, your body again, the sensations of the body, your current emotions and thoughts. And you might even begin to move your body just a little bit, massaging down your thighs, wiggling your fingers and toes, massaging your shoulders or neck, your arms, whatever feels right, whatever feels supportive. And if you've had your eyes closed, you're welcome to open them slowly, letting in light and color. And I do encourage you always to just look around at where you are. Notice the color of the walls, the ceiling. Look in your room, around your room, and see if there's anything that you didn't notice a few minutes ago. I just saw a cherry pit on my floor. That's what I just noticed. Look beneath you, look around you, look behind. It's really important to really touch into your environment again after we've had a meditation, and especially when we're on this virtual platform, as we're connected and yet we're in our separate environments, and so it's a little different than being in a circle physically here. So honor your coming back. Do it with intention, with mindfulness, with kindness. And since I'm not physically with you, uh, I can't get your direct experience here, but I invite you to, if you feel courageous enough, to unmute, let Amy hold the space for you, unmute, and see if you want to share something that came up out of this, if this feels Like, whoa, I think that Frank is just a crazy guy. Like, I don't even know what he's talking about. That's okay. Or if there was something in there that you thought, wow, that's something for me to remember. I want to work with that. If you're reading the book, if you picked up the book, maybe you can share what that's like if you've read any of it. And if you haven't picked up the book but you'd like to, I'm sure Amy will help you with that. All right, my friends, it is just such an honor again to be here, and deep bow to you and to Amy and to Denver.